Did you know that every believer, every single one of us, have gifts or talents given to us from God? Every single one of us. And did you also know that when you're not expressing these gifts and talents, that's how you become depressed? The opposite of depression is expression. So when you're not expressing, doing the actions of the gifts, you're not expressing the talents, what happens is you become depressed. It's inevitable. So many believers are walking around with anxiety, depression, they're anxious, and they can't seem to shake this feeling and wonder why they feel the way they feel. They may even try therapy, they may try medication, everything but express what God has given them inside. In 2 Timothy 1 and 6, God tells us that we need to fan the flame that is given to us. What does that mean? You have to tend to the fire of God. You have to tend to the gifts that were given to us. We have to fuel the gifts that have been given to us. That means that you're working on them, improving them, and you're exercising these gifts daily, every day, every day, every day. Listen, I'm not saying it's always easy because I know what my gifting is. A lot of it is encouragement, teaching, getting on social media, and spreading the good news. And it hasn't always been easy for me either because a lot of times I consider myself to be an introvert, but I feel like that's the enemy's way of keeping us concealed, hidden, and not doing what God told us to do. So be mindful of calling yourself an introvert. But I am doing this because it brings not only fulfillment, but it's also obedience to what God told me to do. Even the days I don't feel like it, I have a message I'm supposed to give. I always get downloads, and it's up to me to be obedient and shoot the downloads out. And a lot of times you may not feel like it, but I promise you, after you do it, you feel a whole lot better because you're expressing yourself and you're expressing what God told you to express. So therefore, it's no room for depression. A lot of us, we leave too much room for anxiety, depression, and all of these things because we're being disobedient to what God called us to do. We're not expressed. What happens when you're not expressed? You're depressed. And what does depression look like? Now you don't want to get out of the bed. Now you don't want to be social. Now you don't want to do anything. You don't even want to read your Bible. It's like, when they say a body at rest stays at rest, but a body in motion stays in motion. That's the same concept with being on fire for God. Like once you're in motion, the motion will pick up and it'll be more and more and more, and you'll continue to do it every day. Once that body is at rest and you're not reading your word, you're not sharing the good news, you're not working in the gifts that were given to you, whatever that may be. Because all of us have different gifts in the kingdom. But if you're not working in those gifts and expressing yourself part of the way that God told you to share his message, then you're inevitably going to be depressed. We see it often, and it's mostly 99.9999% of the time a spiritual issue, but we try to fix it in a very physical way, medication, therapy. And you wonder why a lot of times it's not satisfying you is because it's a spiritual issue and it needs to be fixed in a spiritual way. What is the answer? Christ. So if God told you to do something, go and do it. If God told you to express the gifting that he has given you in whatever capacity and manner that is, go and do it. You know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is. And if you don't know where or how to start again or restart, pray on it. The answer will definitely come. God bless you.